railroads are home to one of the busiest forms of rail transportation, so I'll be discussing the major commuter railroads around the country. For each railroad, I will briefly discuss its history, rail equipment, and routes. This will be broken down by the different regions from around the country. Today, we'll be covering the major commuter railroads that are in the West. Chapter 1. Altamont Corridor Express. The Altamont Corridor Express is a commuter rail service in California connecting Stockton and San Jose during peak hours only. In 2024, the line had a ridership of 763,800, or about 2,900 per weekday, as of the first quarter of 2025. Service began on October 19, 1998, which originally began operating under the name Altamont Commuter Express. Prior to this, the majority of the ACE route saw no regular passenger service, following the Western Pacific Railroad canceling all of its passenger trains in 1969. They operate push-pull trains with 1 to 2 diesel locomotives and 4 to 8 bi-level coach cars. For eastbound trains, they use the Bombardier bi-level cars. The 2 diesel locomotives on the fleet are F40PH3C and Siemens Treasure SE44s. The Altamont Corridor Express runs one route between Stockton and San Jose, as the majority of the route is on Union Pacific lines. Chapter 2. Caltrain. Caltrain is a commuter rail line in California serving the San Francisco Peninsula and Santa Clara Valley. While averaging weekday ridership in 2019 exceeded 63,000, impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic have been significant. In May 2025, Caltrain had an average weekday ridership of 37,415 passengers. Commuter service along the San Francisco Peninsula traces its origins to the Southern Pacific Railroad. In 1985, the service was given the Caltrain name when the California Department of Transportation took over funding for the struggling commuter operation. As of last year, Caltrain acquired new train sets on their fleet of locomotives, which is the Stadler Kiss EMUs. For their diesel locomotives, they operate the F40PH2C and MP36PH3C. The EMD F40PH2 and F40PH2CAT have retired after the new electric multiple units entered service. The route runs on the Caltrain corridor between the two major cities of San Francisco and San Jose and continues south to Gilroy. Chapter 3. Coaster. Coaster is a commuter rail service in the central and northern coastal regions of San Diego County, California. Coaster first entered service on February 27, 1995, and has since grown in ridership and capacity. In 2024, the line had a ridership of 871,200, or about 2,400 per weekday, as of the first quarter of 2025. Coaster service started on February 27, 1995, under the official name of the Coast Express Rail. The name Coaster was changed on June 2, 1994, when the NCTD Board of Directors established the San Diego Northern Railway to operate and maintain the system. Coaster trains are all locomotive-hauled, with Siemens Mobility SC44 charger units providing the power. The passenger car fleets consist of all bi-level cars built by Bombardier Transportation. Coaster's route runs along the California coastline with breathtaking views between Oceanside and San Diego. Chapter 4. FrontRunner. FrontRunner is a commuter railway operated by the Utah Transit Authority. In 2024, the system had a ridership of 4.1 million, or about 1,500 per weekday, as of the first quarter of 2025. FrontRunner uses a portion of the right-of-way of the historic Utah Central Railroad, built in 1869 to connect the first transcontinental railroad with Salt Lake City and acquired by the Union Pacific Railroad in 1878. The first of many routes began construction in 2005, and now they have enough connection to provide between Odin and Provo. FrontRunner only has one diesel locomotive on their fleet, that being the MP36PH3C and the Bombardier bi-level cab cars. FrontRunner runs many lines, with the main one running from Ogden to Provo. From that line, 3 other small lines branch off. The green line runs from Salt Lake City Airport to West Valley Central, the blue line runs from Salt Lake City Central to Draper Station, and the red line runs from the University of Utah to Daybreak Station in South Jordan, Utah. Chapter 5. Sounder. Sounder is a commuter rail system that serves the Seattle metropolitan area in the state of Washington. Managed by Sound Transit, it uses 82 miles of track, primarily owned by the operator BNSF Railway, and runs with equipment maintained by Amtrak. In 2024, the system carried a total of 1.9 million passengers, or an average of 7,300 on weekdays. Sounder service began on September 18th of 2000 after a several-year-long period of studies and public outreach. Other than Amtrak, intercity, and long-distance services, previous passenger railroads to use this corridor were the Great Northern and the Northern Pacific. Many years prior, electric interurban railroads also operated commuter trains in the greater Seattle area. The trains are hauled by diesel-electric locomotives, either EMD F59PHI types or motive power MP40PH3C units. Sounder operates two lines, with the north line running between Seattle and Everett, and the south line running between Seattle and terminating at Tacoma or Lakewood. Chapter 6. Metrolink. Metrolink is a commuter rail system in Southern California serving Los Angeles, Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Ventura counties, as well as to Oceanside and San Diego County. In 2024, the system had a ridership of 5.6 million, or about 19,700 per weekday, as of the first quarter of 2025. Metrolink began service on just 3 of its current lines on October 26, 1992. More lines followed soon after. Prior to the formation of Metrolink, some demonstration commuter operations were offered in the greater Los Angeles area. Metrolink's trains are pulled by diesel-electric locomotives. Most of these are F125 units built by EMD. Metrolink also uses motive power MP36 units as well as a small fleet of F59PH locomotives, most of which were retired in 2020. A total of 7 lines serve 6 different counties across the Southern California region. 6 of these lines, those being the Ventura County, the Antelope Valley, San Bernardino, Riverside, Orange County, and all 91 lines and at Los Angeles Union Station. The Inland Empire Orange County line connects Oceanside and San Bernardino, making the list of only a handful of suburb-to-suburb commuter operations in the U.S. Chapter 7. New Mexico RailRunner Express. New Mexico RailRunner Express is a commuter rail system serving the metropolitan areas of Albuquerque and Santa Fe, New Mexico. Daily ridership as of February 2019 was 2,200 trips per day. In 2024, the system had a ridership of 773,900,000, or about 2,600 per weekday as of the first quarter of 2025. The UTA began exploring commuter rail in 1998, conducting test runs along the Union Pacific tracks. By 2002, the agency purchased 175 miles of right-of-way for future transit development, naming the project FrontRunner as a nod to its route along the Wasatch Front and its ambition to lead in transit service. On their fleet, they operate their only diesel-electric locomotive, that being the MP36PH3C, and their Bombardier cab cars. The route operates on a 96.5-mile north-to-south corridor, which parallels Interstate 25, running from Santa Fe, New Mexico to Berlin. Chapter 8. RTD Rail. The RTD Rail is the regional agency operating public transit services in all or a portion of 8 out of the 12 counties in the Denver to Aurora combined statistical area in the state of Colorado. In 2024, the system had a ridership of 64.5 million, or about 238,500 per weekday as of the first quarter of 2025, making RTD the largest transit agency in the Mountain West by both ridership and the number of routes. Light rail service began in 1994 with a short line in central Denver, and it steadily expanded over the years to connect more neighborhoods and suburbs. In 2016, RTD opened its first commuter rail line to Denver International Airport, followed by other commuter rail routes to nearby cities. For their light rail vehicles, they operate the Siemens SD100, SD160, and their Silverliner Vs. The RTD runs 10 lines, which includes the A line between Union Station and Denver Airport, the B line between Union Station and Westminster, the D line between Denver and Littleton, the E line between Union Station and Ridgegate, the G line between Union Station and Wheat Ridge, the H line between Denver and Aurora, the L line between Denver and Downing Station, and the W line between Union Station and Golden Station. Chapter 9. Conclusion. That wraps up this video and the series on discussing U.S. commuter railroads. If you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing, as these videos take a lot of work to make and your support is greatly appreciated. With that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.